Hey, best friends. Welcome to the Bestie Advice Podcast. Where we discuss all things relationships.
And you have all this wisdom and, the nuggets and things that you share. And, it's even more books in you, and your husband, you guys are very wise people. And I think that, people definitely gravitate to you and him as well. So I think that, what Stephanie and I and other people saw, they just saw that the people need to hear your voice and people need to hear what you have to say. So definitely.
Yeah.
The book is
That's
good.
That's self-motivation, y'all.
So I hope her book is still available. Y'all need to get it. We probably drop the link in this video. So I go to her store and order the book. It's really good. It's good.
Yes.
Kind of along the line of motivation, well, in the kind of in that same vein, a lesson that I learned was my pour is valuable. And so
that's good.
I had to realize that sometimes I was selling myself short with people, my team, different ministries I was on, different things. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, stop. I'm doing a lot for a lot of people. And it took someone else actually saying it to me. I was interviewing an instructor and her and I were talking, and she was trying to, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna follow up with you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. She was like, why are you following up with me? Why not your assistant? And what she was saying. And it switched where she started to prophesy to me. And when she was prophesying to me, she was talking about the value. And she said, your pour is valuable. And when I say I meditated on that thing, I began to read, about it. I just started really like, what does that mean? And what does that mean to me? And the Lord said, your pour is valuable. And people out there that's listening to this, when whatever God has gifted you with, and even not trying to be deep, but whatever your gifts and your talent is, don't allow people to sell you short, because you bring what you bring to the table. There's not another Kiran, there's not another Irene, and when you get Kiran and Irene together, it is amazing. So the same thing is we're bringing other people to the table, we're unique. And oftentimes people will take advantage of what you bring. And so a true lesson for me was that what I have, the treasure that God has given me, especially people that I mentor, that was something I felt at different times, that people that wanted me to mentor them, I asked them, are you sure? Because as much as I can be nice, I definitely have another side that's not so nice. I can be extremely direct, and I can be very stern. And so, I'm like, well, maybe you want to pray. I don't know if I'm the right mentor, because as much as I will hug you and rub you and inspire you and empower you, when I feel like you playing games with my time and my money, that you're gonna see me flip, like you wasting my time and money now. You're not doing nothing. So you shoving and you jiving, so you have to cut this. And so even in that, make sure that when you're working or when you're in business or when you're in ministry or in a relationship or a mentorship, understanding your value. And that is something that I think I've had to reel myself in. Like, oh, yeah, I'll help you. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll help you. And people will take advantage of you.
Take it for granted.
And they will, and they don't value you. And when I got a report back that all of my projects, everything that I did, everything that my team put their hands to was profitable. I realized the value that I bring. And I was like, my pour is too valuable to let you talk to me that way.
Right,
let you treat me that way, to let you mess with my time, to let you interfere with my money, to let you talk to me. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we don't value ourselves. And so a lesson that I've learned that I will continue to take on is to value the gifts that I bring and to understand that my pour
Yes.
is valuable.
That's good.
So, yeah.
That's good. You say ain't got time to be wasting no time.
No.
Look, I ain't got time to waste no time.
You don't. You know what? Time
Yes.
is the highest resource that we have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look at wealthy people, I'm reading this book called Think Like a Billionaire. And he says that in the book, wealthy people aren't worried too much about money, that they can lose money. But when you waste their time,
yes,
because that's what's valuable. And I think that we allow the wrong people to waste our time.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to what I was saying about being wise and being foolish and understanding your value and your worth, because that's why people huge like Bishop Jakes and all these other people, they can charge you what they want to charge you to come, because they know what they bring. They know their value. Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely. No, that's good. That's good. It's like when someone says like, hey, they want you to mentor them. It's like, do you really want me to do it? Do you really want me? Not me, hey girl Irene, but me, Dr. Irene Abrams. Is that who you want? Then you're going to have to be ready. You can't be no punk. You can't drop out because things get hard, you know, or whatever. You have to make sure that what you're asking for is exactly what you want.
Yeah, I think you and I talked about that. Even when you look at like mentor and mentee, even you as a first lady, your armor bearers, or your husband, like, you know, his armor bearers, because you guys are people of position. And when people want to be under you, they want to glean, they're going to see all these sides of you. And so they have to be mature enough, and they have to be ready for what comes with it. Just because, you know, you see, I'm not talking about a friendship, but like a mentorship or something, you have to be able to, as you're teaching that person, you have to be able to rebuke that person, hold them accountable. You're teaching them. When you think about it, as you went through school from kindergarten through college, all of your instructors weren't nice to you. All of your instructors didn't coddle you. They were there to teach you how to get from this level to the next level. Exactly. Which is why mentorship is so important. That's why I had different mentors in different seasons of my life. Some are still my mentors. Some I graduated from. But I was very open, and I let them rebuke me. I let them chastise me. I let them say, no, do it this way, not that way. But Kieran, people got to be prayerful when you start looking like, oh, I want you to be my mentor and mentee, like you said, because then you got to hold them accountable. And then, like I just said, your poor, their poor is valuable.
Exactly. Absolutely. So I actually have two more. This is my first one. Embrace life changes because it's happening with my approval or not.
Ooh, that's good.
We gotta embrace life changes because it's gonna happen whether we wanted to or not. You know, whether it's changes at our job, you know, changes as far as in our home, changes in our marriage, changes with our children. Embrace it and attempt to at least understand it. So I'm gonna use as far as the relationship with my daughter and I, and with her getting older, and she turned 21, you know, at the beginning of the year or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I knew this day was coming when she was born, right? That she'll turn 21 in 21 years.
Hey, you gotta embrace it because it's gonna happen.
Exactly. But it was a change in our relationship. No disrespect at all, but as far as changing who I was and the role that I played, you know, as far as in her life. I will always be her mother, just like I'm a full-grown woman and my mama will always be my mama. Right, but my mother is now mothering a full-grown woman.
Right.
And with Jasmine, I am now mothering not a kid, not a teenager. She is a woman. She's legally a for real full adult, making her own decisions, and I can guide her, but I really cannot just tell her what to do. When they're younger, we're able to say, no, you're going to do it. But why do I do that? Because I said so. But once they get to a certain age, well, why can't I do that? Because I said so. Well, what do you mean? Well, I'm grown, right? Sometimes that kind of hurts. But what I did do, it was a little, took a little time there. A little time, a little prayer, a lot of conversations as far as with her or whatever. And now I have to recognize who she is. I have to recognize how old she is. And then I have to trust that everything that my husband and I have instilled in her and taught her and prayed over her, that all of those things are coming to full fruition. That's what I have to look at. Like, it's here. It's here. This is who she is. This is who we have molded up to be. This is who God has created us to be, and that we have done what we can do. And to God be the glory, or as far as with that. But I had to embrace it. And when I say attempt to understand it, I'm understanding now the role. I'm understanding the role that I play in her life. Now, my daughter actually calls me every day. Every day she calls me. If she didn't call me that day, rest assured she's texting me. And when I say we're on the phone, I answer the phone like, yeah, Jazzy, what's up? And she, and I'm silent.
Because you built that.
Yes. And now it's not, well, what did you say? Girl, why you doing that? You should be doing it. It's like, just listen.
That's all you got to do.
Just listen. Just listen. Well, now she's saying, Mama, did you hear me? Yeah, I heard you. You're not going to say anything? Do you want me to say something? Do you want my opinion on that? I need you to tell me. Yes, that's why I called you. Okay. Well, this is what I think. This is what I think you should do. So things have shifted. There's been a change. So whether it's, again, it's in your marriage, it's at your job, things at your church and relationships, even in your own personal life, things change with you personally.
Change.
Yes. So you even have to embrace, I'm just going to say, just as a woman, our body changes. Things ain't set up. They ain't set up the way they used to be when we was teens and 20s and our 30s or whatever. Things are changing within us. So we have to embrace it, and then we have to accept the change. And then we even make changes to the change. Like, oh, that's what my body doing right about now. Okay, so what do I need to do over here? What do I need to do over there? What do I need to let go over here? What do I need to start doing over here on this end? Because things are changing. So I just want to encourage you all, embrace the change, because it's going to happen without you or not. It's going to happen with your approval or not. Right. You approve it or you don't approve it. It's still happening.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we're going through the same thing, because I think even with, Marcello is like that, watching him step into a man, it's hard, but fulfilling, at the same time, I want to step in and I want to help. And again, I want to problem solve for him, but I just listen, and, same thing, he texts me, we talk, he FaceTimes all the time.
Yeah.
We FaceTime, but he texts me a lot and asks me a lot of questions, and, he's transitioning, well, but it's very hard. Like you said, change is going to happen, whether you.
It is.
Just embrace it. It just embrace it.
Absolutely.
I think that's really good, because life happens, and
it does.
We're changing all the time.
Yes.
People, as women. Whew. Yeah, it's hard, because I think about when Jasmine and Marcello were so little. They were so cute, and they just fought all the time. And now they're these
Yes.
adults. And it's like, where did the time go? It's just, I don't even know where the time went, because I'm like, I still want them to be 4 and 5. Like, I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, where's the 4 and 5-year-old? Where those kids at? They gone, y'all. They gone.
You're so silly. They're not here no more.
They gone. And I'm very excited about the podcast that we did with them. I think it's very good, very insightful. So you'll get to see them soon.
Yes, our grown people.
Yes. So another lesson I learned was, and it's sad that it took me this long to realize that fear is not real. It's not. Fear is not real. And fear will try to paralyze you to the point where you won't move and do anything. And so I learned a hard lesson. I think God wanted me to learn this lesson, because sometimes I'd be like, I'm scared. And I would say it, and I didn't realize that it was really setting in my spirit. Like, it had set up in my spirit. You know, every time I said that I'm scared. And so for Karon's birthday this year, we went and we did like a virtual reality game. And so I got so overcome with fear in this game that I screamed. And I think, as much as I tried to make it seem like I was okay, I think at one point I said, Karon, and she said, I'm here, you know, but we're in a room with like some shades on, right? So what am I afraid of? And then at one point I got so overwhelmed with fear, I screamed out and I just started to try to run. I couldn't run to have all this stuff on. I ended up falling backwards. And what jolted me out of this state of fear and panic was the game stopped.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I thought, oh my God, I fell. No one is going to be able to see me.
Yeah.
These zombies are going to attack me. Like, all this stuff was going on in my mind just for the game to pause and realize it was a simulation. So, you know, I didn't think about it as much then as I thought about it the whole next week, and how the Lord began to minister with me about the spirit of fear and how it had set up in my life as a child, and how, you know, I was fearful of moving forward. I was fearful of to be successful. I was fearful of failure. I was just fear of man, you know, just scared of people. And it's just not godly. And so I really has been really purposeful of being breaking down fear in my life and breaking that stronghold, because it was a stronghold. And it took a game to show me fear is not real. It's all in your mind. Karon, no, who's gonna whoop me? Nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you going to do to me? What can you do to me? Yeah. You know, and so I started being intentionally more courageous, and I started doing things even when I was afraid. I would take a step. You know, I started making bolder decisions about myself, about my life. I started taking bolder stances, and it all stemmed from, and I remember the exact moment and the exact part in the game of where I was just so overcome with fear. You know, and God really ministered to me that it's just not real. Fear is not real. It's not real. And sometimes you have to take steps. You have to do things even when you're afraid. But fear will keep you paralyzed in your life. And it will make you not live out the purpose that God has for you, because you'll be afraid of what people are going to say. You'll be afraid that you're going to fail. When I'm looking at all these successful men and women, you cannot operate in fear. You have to operate in faith, and you have to be courageous. And the word of God tells us to be courageous. And so that was a huge lesson for me about being fearful, because I was embarrassed initially. Because I'm like, oh Lord, I'm the one that's gonna fall, you know, and I'm the one that's gonna be screaming out. But you know, it was something that God wanted to break off my life. And it was a real example for me to see these zombies aren't real. It's not real, Irene, you know, and just for me, making sure that I understand that fear is false. It's just false evidence that appears real. You know, it's just false. It's false evidence. And so that was a huge lesson for me. So thank you for that, Kiran. For that lesson at your party. And so at first I was like, I'm not going back to the virtual reality. I was scared. But I will definitely go back. I don't know if I will do the zombie one again, but I will definitely go back.
And it's funny, you know, even with you using that as an example, it really is how the enemy does us. Because we were standing in this green room, right? Green room. All 6 of us are in this room. It's nothing.
We were like together.
We were together in this room, just us, along with the people that's controlling everything. They turn off the lights, and then again, it's virtual reality. These zombies and rats and everything, they coming out the walls and all this coming up off the ground, coming out of graves or whatever. And it's like, oh my God. Lights come on and it's gone. And it's like, oh yeah, so what was we talking about? And it's almost like that's how the enemy has us. Like we're like in this trance. I can't do it. I can't do it. No. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. No, I can't. Until we actually say, I can do it. And we come out that trance.
There you go.
Just that quick. Like, you're a liar. I can't do that. God is going to grace me to do that. He's going to give me the strength to do. I can't. Boom, you come right out of that just that quick.
Just that quick, Kiran.
But as long as we are being fearful, it's like,
yeah.
You in a green room. You are for real in a green room, and he shows you a picture and say how you cannot do it, because that's how you're going to look. And that's how people are going to see you. And nobody's going to listen to you. And nobody's going to want to hear what you have to say. And you're in that green room. He's showing you this picture. And as soon as you like say no or yes, I can, then it's like, you come out that trance. That's that quick.
Just that quick. Just that quick.
Yes. Because even what you're saying, like you fell, lights came on.
Yes.
The lights came on. Hey, you cool? You ready? You straight?
I was so shaken up. Like I was like, I'm fine, but I was so shaken up. It had really gotten to me. And I was trying to play it cool, but I was telling Mitchell, I was like, I thought I was gonna start crying and everything, but I was like, I'm embarrassed. Because I just got that afraid over the image of my imagination. Like
absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And I just was like, oh my God. And the Lord used that time all this year to break fear. And he would remind me every time I would be afraid to do something or afraid to make a move, would take me back to the day in that game. Like it is not real. And I would relive that fear. Like I remember it like it was yesterday. And he would be like, that was not even real. And then I was like, because remember, y'all was like, yo, guns is in the air. Because I remember thinking, no one's gonna see me. I'm on the ground. I don't even have my weapons because I fell. Like the guns flew up, my thing flew up. Like it was just crazy, you know. But the Holy Spirit was like, you see how your reaction was to something that wasn't real. That's how it is in the spirit. And being able to just take dominion over things that are trying to hold me back. So definitely that fear thing. So
absolutely. So this is my last one. My last one is connections and opportunities are not coincidental. It is God ordained.
Good.
I actually, this one like kind of stuck out to me a couple of months ago. No, a month ago. No, it was 2 months ago. 2 months ago, a young lady, she reached out to me, a first lady, she reached out to me. And you know, her and I, we know each other. We know each other on social media. We know each other in the church arena. But that's really it. When we see each other, hey, how you doing? That's it. That's all. And she sent me a message on Facebook. She was telling me what they were getting ready to do as far as with their women's ministry. And she said that she was reaching out to, several first ladies to participate, like in this prayer call that she was having. And I'm thinking, like, me? Okay, maybe it's another Hayes, because we're cool, but we're not cool like that for her to reach out, to me or whatever. She's like, could you let me know? Would you be able to do it? Immediately, I was like, nope, I think it's on a Wednesday. Ain't that a Wednesday? Yeah, we got Bible study. I ain't gonna be able to do that. No. What she want me to do that? Does she know me? So I ended up talking to my husband about it. And of course, my husband, he's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Then God really, really, really had to have me take a step back and to realize that, one, this was not a coincidence. She just didn't, pull my name out of a hat, that God actually dropped me in her spirit.
Yeah.
However he did it, he dropped me in her spirit and said, no, you're the one. And first I had to, ask God for forgiveness because I was about to allow that opportunity to go past me and to bypass me because of that fear thing. And then fear of the unknown. I don't know what this is. Why does she want me? Why is she asking me? The whole fear of the unknown or whatever. And then to realize that it was God ordained. I set this up.
See,
that was me. I set this up. So I went on ahead. I went along with the assignment, or I embraced the assignment. I accepted the assignment. I got some of the other women from our church. We had, a couple of meetings about what we're going to do and how things were going to flow. And when I tell you the impact that was made on that call, because we accepted the assignment, I accepted the assignment, and I did not allow fear of the unknown to keep me from fulfilling a God-given assignment, a God-ordained assignment. And so we just have to realize the opportunities, our connections and our opportunities, they're not, it's not a coincidence that you run into this person. It's not a coincidence that that person reached out to you. No, God is in that. He is in that. So yes. So besties out there, do not allow fear of the unknown, fear of people, lack of confidence in yourself. Do not allow that to keep you from doing what God has called you to do. You can do it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Gosh, we're always so in tune, with what we learn. I think a lot of our lessons just really fit in together.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that. The fear of the unknown. And again, it's that fear of man, or fear almost of doing it, like that fear of success or moving forward. And it's like, no, not you. You're not the one. And God is like, yeah, that's you. I ordained you for this time of the season. But we get so in our heads that we cannot do it, that we don't move forward. So I mean, that's really good.
Yes.
And I know that it was powerful. I know you and your team did an amazing job.
Yes.
Wow. So besties, I really hope you enjoyed this podcast, like hearing what Lady Hayes and I both talked about, like what we learned over 2022. I would admonish you to go back and hear what we learned in 2021. We've both grown tremendously. We've grown, our podcast has grown. We've just started in 2021. And we've grown as women, we've grown as friends. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in 2023. So I want you guys to hang in there with us for 2023. I know it's going to be big. So
absolutely. Yes, it is. Yes,
so that's all we have, besties. Happy New Year. See you guys in 2023.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays, you all. Love you all.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.